I want to call the September 1st, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting to order. I want to welcome everyone here in the courtroom and all those who are watching us out on Facebook. If you would, bow your head. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the gifts that we receive from you. We ask that you watch over the men and women who serve in our armed forces, as well as all of our emergency responders. I ask for wisdom and understanding for this court. Grant us humility in our everyday life and give us the courage to make right decisions for our Daviess County community. I also want to ask your blessing on our Eastern Kentucky brethren as they continue to struggle in their recovery from the flood, as well as our Western Kentucky brethren and those just to the south of us as they continue their recovery from the tornadoes. We ask all these things in your name. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Once again, I want to welcome everyone to our September 1st, 2022 Daviess County Fiscal Court meeting. Also, it's the start of dove season for those who don't hunt. And actually, I think it's the start of the political season, isn't it? September 1st, that's when I always started all my campaigns. So a lot of good things going on in the community. Jenny, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Item 1, consideration for presentation. A, proclaim September 1st, 2022 as Elizabeth Moseley Zimmerman Day in celebration of her 100th birthday.
Commissioner Coger.
From the Office of County Judge Executive, on behalf of the citizens of Daviess County Fiscal Court, hereby proclaim September 1st, 2022 as Elizabeth Moseley Zimmerman Day in celebration this her 100th birthday, presented in Daviess County, Kentucky, this first day of September 2022. Al Mattingly, Daviess County Judge Executive.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Caslin, would you lead us in a happy birthday for Miss Zimmerman? Let's go.
You can join me.
I'm going to join.
All right.
Everybody
1,
should.
2, and 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you. Take that, Mayor Watson. Next item.
B, 2022 tax rates for the Daviess County Library and Daviess County Extension District.
Commissioners, these are presentations only. We don't vote on them since these are special governmental entities, I think is what they're called now. They present these to us. We don't approve them. We just accept them. I would tell you that the Daviess County Library tax rate, real property has gone from 6.2 cents to 6.0 cents per $100 valuation. Tangible property has gone from 7.57 cents to 7.39 cents for the tangible property. The Daviess County Extension District, their tax rate is the same this year as it was last year, as it has been, I guess, since I have been judge executive, and they are at 0.9 cents per $100. In other words, they're less than 1%. They do an excellent job with very little bit of money. Any question or comment? Next item, Jenny.
Item 2, consideration for approval. A, minutes of the August 16th, 2022 court meeting.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Commissioners all had a copy of the minutes in your possession for some time. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
B, all claims for all departments.
Motion approved.
Second.
Again, I have a motion and a second. Commissioners all had a copy of the bills due and payable by Daviess County Fiscal Court in your possession. Any questions of the Assistant Treasurer at this time? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
C, Resolution 17, 2022, and Rural Secondary Program Agreement regarding Lyddane Bridge Road Drainage Structure Replacement and Supplemental Agreement Change Number 1.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Engineer Brasher.
Yes, sir. Last December, we entered into an agreement with Rural Secondary in regards to design and construction of Lyddane Bridge Road South Bridge. Since then, the Highway Department has taken over that task and added it to their programming, so this agreement changes the bridge replacement from Lyddane Bridge Road South to Indian Hill Road. Since we flipped over into the new fiscal year, we've also requested the additional 80/20 for this year. So this agreement changes the bridge location and the addition of that money. I recommend approval.
Mark, I think the Lyddane Bridge Road was taken over by the State Bridges Program, isn't that correct?
The Highway Department's got it in their budget to design and
Right,
construct.
and I want to say thank you to our state delegation, Suzanne and DJ and Matt Caslin and Mr. Lewis, Representative Lewis for Scott Lewis, for them helping us get that, because that just allows us to do one more bridge that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to do. And thank you to KYTC, because it took a little finagling to get them to swap and do what they did. So thank you. Any questions, any comments? Public, any questions, any comments? If there are none, then all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
D, professional services agreement with AEI regarding Indian Hill Road Bridge over Pup Creek.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Mark, explain it, but this just has to do with what we just talked about.
That's correct. It is in regards to that previous agreement. This is the engineering firm that we are recommending approval to contract and do the design work. Would recommend approval.
And I'm trying to get back there. The cost it's actually based on whether we do, $27,000 for option A or C and $25,000 for option B. Option B is a culvert.
Multiple, they're
Yeah.
gonna be doing the hydraulic analysis to see if we can replace it with a pipe or arch. If not, we'll look at just replacement of the superstructure, and if that's not possible, we'll look at a full bridge replacement.
Okay, always better if we can replace it with a pipe. Any question or comment? Question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
E, contract with AXIOM Architecture for conceptual design services for Yellow Creek Park baseball, softball fields project.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. I'm going to have Mark explain it here in a minute, but Commissioners, if you remember, we talked about spending some money and getting some design and consulting work done on reworking the ball fields at Yellow Creek Park, and this has to do with that. So, Mark?
Yes, Judge, staff was tasked with approaching some firms in regards to RFPs for conceptual design work for Yellow Creek Park ball fields. After looking at those RFPs, we recommend contracting with AXIOM Architecture. The cost is not to exceed $3,600 for the concept and a report of probable cost.
AXIOM, we've worked with on several projects.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question or comment?
I'll just make one comment. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the different possibilities are out there. We've talked about this for a long time, and we'll probably pass this on to the next group, but it'll be really nice to see what the different possibilities are. I'm looking forward to it.
Any other question or comment? Question or comment by the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
F, contract with Clements Wimsett Architects, PLLC for conceptual design services for the Yellow Creek Park Amphitheater project.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Again, Commissioners, this is part of the refurbishing and redesigning and reworking Yellow Creek Park that we talked about. This has to do with the amphitheater and the stage. Mark, tell us where we are?
Similar to the ball fields, we were tasked with approaching architects in regards to a conceptual plan for amphitheater at Yellow Creek Park. After receiving RFPs, we recommend going with Clements Wimsett Architectural PLC. The end result will be a concept plan with a report of probable cost. The fee is $10,000, not to exceed $10,000. There may be an additional fee depending on field review if they need some topo work, survey work. So we recommend approval.
Mark, both of these, the previous one we approved and this one, I think what they're going to do is give us a conceptual design that we can then place on an area in the park and move it around to see just how it would fit, how it would look. And the topographical survey would be for the amphitheater itself, just what do we have to do to that natural amphitheater to turn it into a first-class amphitheater. This firm is the firm that designed Beaver Dam, is that correct?
This gentleman yes,
Yeah.
he was a part of that design team.
He was
for
part of
the
that
Beaver Dam.
design team. Any question? Yes, sir.
I was going to ask, the general vicinity of this is right there where Romp stage is put, right?
That general area, yes,
But
is where we're looking at.
they're going to try to decide where would be the best spot though, right?
We picked that as a preliminary location with our discussions with them. They believe that is the ideal location for
They
the park.
believe it is not?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Naturally. So, yeah, they're going to present us something reasonable, give us a size of what they think will fit in there, supplemental buildings, and even an idea of the size as far as how many people can attend, and then that probable cost.
And I think, again, we're going to do this, hand it off to the next commission, but I think they would be remiss if we didn't involve the Bluegrass Museum, who's going to, one of the reasons we're doing this is every year they have to rent a stage to put on Romp. We involve River Park Center, who can do outdoor concerts, outdoor plays. We'll involve anybody that wants to be involved in it to get their input, so with it we can have the best we can have. Yes, sir.
Well, I was curious under programming it says interview with stakeholders. I was curious who all stakeholders would be.
Anybody that wants to show up and maybe put money in it.
Okay, and then the other part, as far as projected budget, is that at the bottom of this? Is that for strictly for
That's their estimate of
construction costs, not operational?
Not operational, but it might be fixtures, fittings, and equipment. We have no idea, and I think this guy probably could put together some kind of an estimate where we would say, well, we know about. If he comes back and says it's $20 million, I don't think we're going to go to bid
Sure.
on it.
Sure.
But we need to know somewhere. And that was kind of tongue-in-cheek regarding the stakeholders. Stakeholders are the taxpaying citizens of Daviess County.
Right.
So I would hope that we would have a forum where it was open to the public, kind of like we did, 10 years ago when we first started exploring it. We had the public come in and we sat there and knocked it around, so.
Judge, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any time frame on the preliminary drawings that hopefully we'd be able to see before we left office?
Mark?
They got completion on the amphitheater on or before November 18th.
Okay, so, yep, it'll be there for, we can sit here and say, we think you ought to go ahead. I'm not sure that late at the end of our term. As I have talked to candidates, we're going to have all the prep work, then you're going to have to decide whether you go forward or not.
Is that the same timeline for the
Baseball field.
I think it's a little bit different. The initial schematic site plans will be ready for the owner 2 weeks after the acceptance. So that's going to be based on when they get this approved.
Yeah, and which I'll sign them tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Question or comment by the public? Yes, sir.
Obviously, Steve Johnson, Vice Chair of the Bluegrass Museum, Hall of Fame Museum.
Is that on? Oh, yeah, hold on. Bottom? Yeah.
I'm liable to
Yep,
jump
you're
into an
there.
Elvis
Thank you.
pose. Steve Johnson, Vice Chair of the International Bluegrass Hall of Fame Museum. I'm only here to say thanks. I know early on when the court first decided to kind of repurpose this or reconsider this, we had a meeting with you, Judge, and other members of the court, and certainly appreciate the input that was provided then. And certainly want to be involved in this, want to provide input, which I know you've already spoken to that, but just want to go on record as saying thank you, and certainly want to help provide any information that you need to make sure that it's a successful conceptual. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? There being none, Commissioner, you look like you were pondering. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
G, hold harmless agreement with Trey Witt regarding items retrieval in Yellow Creek Park Lake.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion second. I don't know who wants to talk about this, but generally, at Yellow Creek Park, we have disc golf. We have a lake. People throw the disc awry just as they hit golf balls awry. And some of those discs are at the bottom of that lake. We were approached several months ago by one group, and they wanted to dive and retrieve them and sell it, I guess, because some of these things are pretty expensive. But they wouldn't give us a hold harmless, and we said, can't do it. That's number one, and we're not sure, according to law, that we could allow them to come, retrieve it, and then sell it for their personal gain. We were approached by this gentleman, who's a certified diver, willing to sign a hold harmless, and he will retrieve the disc and give them to us. I think Jordan Johnson agreed to polish them up, maybe, okay. But anyway, we'll get them back, and I don't know what we'll do with them, but we'll at least have them out of the lake. Probably the lake will drop 6 inches, George, I don't know. I have no idea.
How many are in there? I mean, are there 10 in there?
Well, if they throw their disc like I hit my golf ball, there's probably over a 20-year period, I've lost 1,000 golf balls, so anyway. But the guy wants to do it at no cost to us, correct? No cost to us, so I have no problem with it. Any question or comment? I know the public doesn't want to comment on this one, so all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
H, award the following bids. Number 222312, Moseleyville Fire Station Roof Replacement. Number 222313, Kirtley Annex Exterior Repair Project. Number 222315, Portable Backup Generator and Trailer. 222316, PVC Pipe for Landfill Cell Construction.
Commissioners, before
to-
we go, let's do a motion and a second on all items. I'll have Jordan do what he normally does, go down each one. He will pause so that you could ask questions, and then we'll vote. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second? Okay, second with George. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, Judge. Beginning with 222312, this bid was for the replacement of the screw-down metal roof of the Moseleyville Volunteer Fire Station. We received 2 bids ranging from $44,735 to $71,550, and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid submitted by TSG Construction Incorporated in the amount of $44,735. This is a budgeted project. This is the last of the roof replacements that the court pledged to do for the volunteer system. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Commissioners, question or comment? Public, question or comment? Next item.
222313, this bid is to replace windows and awnings and paint the exterior of the Robert M. Kirtley Judicial Annex in accordance with the project specifications. We received 2 bids ranging from $49,800 to $49,888. and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid submitted by Q&S Enterprises in the amount of $49,800. This again is a budgeted project. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Any questions, commissioners? Jordan, before we go on, TSG, we've used them before,
Yes.
and Q&S that you're recommending, we have used them before.
Yes, sir.
And Claude, is this the last project? Is this the last bit of money you're trying to squeeze out of this court?
I may look for some more if you, no, I think so, Judge, yes.
All right. Question or comment by the commissioners? Question or comment by the public? There being none, next item.
222315, this bid is for the provision of a 75 kW generator, including a DOT-approved tandem axle trailer to be utilized by EMA for emergency and disaster use. We received 5 bids ranging from $70,553 to $82,185, and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid submitted by Lead Generators for the Generac MDG 100DF 4-unit in the amount of $70,553. This bid is subject to a 75% federal, 13% local, and 12% state grant, so fiscal court's cost will be approximately $9,200. The grant was pursued for this item since no facilities designated to be used as emergency shelters have backup generators. So this is a budgeted item. The grant has been approved and is being facilitated by GRAD. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Jordan, I noticed that the exceptions, I think you said they were minor, but, I mean, do you recall? You don't need to go into,
Oh, they were minor.
Minor.
It was a tire size, negligible.
tires on a trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Any question, comment? Question or comment by the public? So, one more.
Let's go back to
2223.
that one, if that's all right. You said it's tire size, so my question is, I noticed they're all the same unit number, model number or whatever. So was the exception the same for all of them?
No. I can get you a list of all of the detailed exceptions.
Okay.
But for the lowest one, met everything that we needed, plugs, everything except the trailer had a slightly smaller tire size than we initially submitted in the grant.
Okay.
Now, the Cummins at the top, if I read that model number right, it's a smaller generator. It's a 70, I'm going to assume 70 kW versus 100 kW. So it's a little smaller. Any other question? Next item, Jordan.
222316, this is the rebid of the provision of PVC pipe for cell construction at the West Davis County landfill. We received 2 bids ranging from $117,995 to $146,370, and recommend award to the lowest and best evaluated bid submitted by ISCO Industries in the amount of $117,995. This is a budgeted portion of the cell construction. There were no exceptions, and I would recommend approval.
Jordan, this is the pipe, the slotted pipe that goes at the bottom of the landfill cell that collects the leachate, carries it out to the holding pond.
Yes, sir.
Any question or comments? Question or comment by the public? Okay, Commissioners, you've heard the recommendations on bid number 2223-12, 2223-13, 2223-15, and 2223-16. If there's no other comments by the Commissioners or the public, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item, Jenny.
I reject bid number 2223-14, pavement maintenance and striping.
Move to approve.
Second?
I have a motion, second. Mark, or Jordan? Jordan, okay.
This bid was for asphalt repairs, seal coat, and crack sealing of all asphalt driveways and parking lots, and the striping of all parking lots at the Davis County Operations Center and Davis County Animal Shelter. The bids came in well over the budgeted amount, mostly due to the inclusion of repair of damage that Public Works was not aware of when budgeting for the project. We recommend rejecting all bids, allowing the road department to perform the asphalt repairs as they have time, and resubmitting a bid including only the seal coating and striping. which I should have back before the court by the next meeting. Public Works Management has stated the damage will not get any worse over another winter. I would recommend rejection.
So, Mark, you believe that if the road department does the repairs, that you can bring the sealing and striping into where the budget was or close to the budget?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Question or comment, Commissioners? Question or comment for the public? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
J, hire Charles Ellis as solid waste heavy equipment operator, effective 9/6/2022.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. This is a replacement, I think, for heavy equipment operator at the landfill. Not an addition. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
K, hire Rebecca Case as seasonal parks attendant, effective 9/1/2022.
Move to approve. Second.
I have a motion and second. Again, Commissioners, I believe, Mark, this is a replacement of one that we lost.
We still had some open positions, but yes, we had some
Okay.
that
So this
actually go
was
back to
budgeted
college.
for, we just-
It's budgeted.
yeah. Okay. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
L, reappoint Shelley Newcomb and Debbie Zerner to the Alliance for Drug-Free Owensboro Davis County Steering Committee, 3-year term, effective 9/1/2022.
Motion approved.
Second.
I have a motion and second. I want to thank Ms. Newcomb and Ms. Zerner for their service. They did a good job, and I know they'll do a good job going forward. Any question or comment? There being none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Next item.
Item 3, consideration for discussion, A, other business to be brought before the Davis County Fiscal Court. I'm not aware of any.
I have none. Next
B,
item.
public comments.
This is time during a meeting in which we ask the public to come forward to the podium, identify themselves, and you would be welcome to speak on any item other than what was on the agenda. No takers, Denny.
C, comments by Davis Fiscal Court.
Commissioner Caslen.
Just want to wish everyone a good and safe Labor Day weekend.
Commissioner Wathen.
Yeah, I want to mention, this coming Saturday night, we're going to have fireworks at Panther Creek. The festivities start at about 5 o'clock. There'll be food trucks, inflatables for the kids, pony rides, petting zoo, live music, and then at 8:15 fireworks. You can't beat that. So everybody come on out to Panther Creek.
You gonna have live clogging?
It depends on whether Charlie or not, Charlie can make it or not.
Just wondered, was just asking for anybody that might be interested. And I might mention, I believe, Commissioner, that Independence Bank is
Is our
sponsoring.
sponsor, yes, I'm
is-
sorry. Thank you for
Yeah,
reminding
is
me.
sponsoring those fireworks. Commissioner Coger.
I'd like to wish Miss Jenny Warren a happy birthday today, along with today is her 25th anniversary working for us. So thank you. We're not going to say anything about
Yes,
her age.
well, no, that's true, but we are gonna sing happy birthday. So
We
you,
can.
you lead us off.
All right, you ready, Charlie?
Ready?
Okay.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenny. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Now, that was the first, that we sang happy birthday twice in one meeting.
That's unusual.
It is.
Anything else, Commissioner?
No, Judge, thank you.
Okay. Commissioners, first off, I have I'm not sure that I needed to bring it to you, but I wanted to inform you. I received a request for a letter of support regarding safe streets and roads for a planning grant application through GRAD. We talked about this at the Regional Transportation Committee meeting yesterday. It's from Davis County Fiscal Court, and it just says the Davis County Fiscal Court believes the project is important to transportation safety in our community and the entire area development district. and we're asking that they give this application full consideration. So if I don't have any questions from you folks, I'm going to sign it. If you want to see it, it'll be on my desk, or you can read it afterwards. But it's a grant to do a study for how you will make all these roads safer, all the rural and secondary roads safer. That was number one. Secondly, it's campaign season, as I said at the beginning. I just want to remind folks so that you don't call here raising Cain about somebody stealing your sign. Signs should not be placed in the right-of-way, in county road right-of-ways, city street right-of-ways. Generally in the city, that means that you are behind the sidewalk. So there's the curb, a little grassy stretch, sidewalk, and you're on the other side. If there is no sidewalk, then typically it's 9 feet behind the curb. Take 3 steps, 4 steps, probably you won't get into any problem. County, I don't know, Mark, it varies all over the county, but again, I'd set it off. One of the things that you want to make sure you don't do is put a big sign on a corner where you can't see to pull out in the traffic. State gets pretty picky, and they're mowing in Daviess County right now, and if you put your sign in the state right away, they'll tear it down, they'll mow right over it, and you'll never know why it left. We get complaints about that every year. There is a process. I think they complain to OMPC. They send their folks out. They will pull them and take the signs to the appropriate place. They won't call you. So if you're missing a sign, it probably was in the wrong place. Lastly, we have had an appeal of a zoning on the Greenbrier subdivision from R1A to multifamily. The Planning Commission rezoned it. There are quite a few folks who live in that subdivision who filed an appeal. We will, and I'm going to set a date tonight, we will have the first reading of the ordinance on the 15th, September 15th. That's at our second meeting. We will have our meeting at 5, and immediately following the meeting, we will have a hearing. Just so people know, we always write the ordinance in the affirmative to uphold whatever the Planning Commission decided. If we go along with it, the vote yes would uphold it. If we don't, then we've got to find some facts within the record that we would deny it, and that would be a no vote. Typically, and this is the way I think I'm going to do this, unless I have the commissioners wanting to do it a different way, we've probably had 6 appeals, 7 appeals, and what we've always done is take the record, the transcript, the video, all the evidence that was presented, and we look at the record. We review the record, and we look at that record and see if the facts supported the finding of the commission or if it did not support the finding of the commission. And we based our decision on that record that's already there. Now, we could do nothing. We could just not do anything, not hear an appeal, not anything, I don't think, Claude, and it would just become law. We're not going to do that because we have some citizens who believe that they have a good reason to file an appeal. We could just make our decision behind closed doors, but then we lock the citizens out, and we've not done that, and I don't think that's the proper way to go. We could discount the entire zoning hearing, and we could hold our own and find our own fact and just throw everything else out. And I don't think we want to do that. We have planning and zoning, and we have KRS 100, and we have a process for a reason. And I think we need to follow that process. It's a process that we have followed on every hearing that we've done. And so that's my decision. We will have the hearing on the 15th. The second hearing will be our first meeting in October, and I don't have that, Commissioner. Anybody know when the second meeting in October is? It'll be the first Thursday in October.
How soon will we have the information that they always?
Well,
provide to us?
the transcript is on your desk.
Okay,
I have a copy of the video now, and I only have the one. If our guru Jason Jordan back there can figure out how to make copies on the little stick device that they sent me, I can get one to all of you.
okay.
I would suggest that you visit the site and take a look at it, familiarize yourself with it. In the past, sometimes we have had the citizens come forward and allow them to tell their side as long as they don't vary from what they said at the zoning commission. My understanding, Sherry, is that a lot of the people that have filed an appeal weren't at the zoning commission and did not speak, meaning that we would not allow them to speak here because they're not part of that record. But certainly they can come and show their support for the other citizens. I don't know if they will have an attorney. I would recommend that they have an attorney to speak for them, but there certainly is no need, no reason for that. The other side has an attorney. We may give each side 5 minutes to make their argument or 10 minutes to make their argument, whatever the commission feels is appropriate. And then we'll take that into consideration. We'll come back into the first meeting in October and make the decision. Possibility that we let somebody on each side speak for just a couple minutes to sum it up, and then we have the vote. Claude, is what I said generally true?
Yes.
Okay, you have anything to add to it?
No, Judge. I mean, we will go through the more particulars when we set that up. And if
Right.
we need to, we usually ask each person to sign in, say what they want to speak about, whether they've been there, their name, address, and if they're the same, well, we try to keep those
Right.
people from speaking again. The Planning Commission staff will be here. We can ask questions of them if
Right.
we want to. And I think each one of you, after you've reviewed it, then we'll have a chance to ask the Planning Commission or any others about the
Right.
hearing.
Okay. Questions, comments, commissioners? Yes, sir.
Somebody from planning zoning be here?
Yes, they will be here. We need them here for their expert. It's kind of it's a minefield to traverse through all those rules and regulations, but this is mainly about zoning, and it will be controlled by KRS 100. I mean,
And the
that's,
planning, our ordinance.
and our comprehensive plan.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the Bible, KRS 100. Comprehensive plan is our Constitution. So but yeah, they'll be here.
They're referenced in that.
Yes. I've also asked for those, besides those other items, any evidence that was presented that night. So I'll try to have Sherry get a folder so you'll have a copy of all the evidence that was presented by the applicant. I don't believe those who opposed it had any pictures or any of that stuff, just their testimony.
Right. I don't recall any
Yeah.
person other than the applicant presenting any physical evidence,
Right.
pictures or anything else.
Okay. So if there is any questions, good. If there's no other business to be brought before Daviess County Fiscal Court, without exception, we're adjourned.